and welcome to a next Assorted Crackers. I'm Eric here with Lee and Wilson, and it's time for our next cocktail quickie. Today, we are just in the middle of Kentucky Derby season, and I thought it would be really appropriate, since we love bourbon drinks. One of the top bourbon drinks on the list that Lee had found is the mint julep. Mint julep, this one's actually pretty relatively easy. It's also kind of a rite of spring, because let's face it, if you're in the Mid-South, if you're pretty much anywhere in the Southern Hemisphere, there's mint everywhere. If you've got an herb garden, your mint is the first thing out of the ground. So this is a super popular drink. It is the official drink of the Kentucky Derby. This is how you make it. First, you're going to just make it in individual glasses. You get 6 to 7 mint leaves. Then you're going to put in about a half an ounce of simple syrup. You're going to put in 2 ounces of bourbon. So this is a pretty heavy pour. And you're just going to muddle all that stuff up. Light and muddle. You don't want to crush the mint.
That's not a heavy pour.
2 ounces. You want to express the mint. You don't want to crush the mint.
So what's the difference?
The difference is you kind of want the mint leaves whole, so that oil kind of mixes into the blend versus crushing it up like a mojito. This is not a mojito, where the mint is kind of crushed up. This is just expressed. So you get all that blended, and then this is super important.
So how do you express it?
You use a muddler. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but I was kind of slapping the sprigs against my arm.
Yeah.
But just a little bit of something to release the oil.
Okay. So just play with it a little bit, rough it up a little bit.
Just rough it up. Give it a hard time.
You got to get those juices flowing, right?
Give it a hard time.
It's kind of like an adrenaline rush.
Kind of like when you're beating those egg whites. You just give it a tough toss, you know? Anyway.
Sorry.
After you've muddled all that into the glass, you put in crushed ice. Super important. You got to have crushed ice.
Yes.
And because I love you guys, I made a point to go to Sonic and bring in Sonic ice.
You are the man.
But awesome. they want an ice dome on that glass if you're going to do it right. So you just put the ice on top, give it a good stir, add a sprig of mint for garnish, which you have also expressed, and then just enjoy. So this is the mint julep, the official drink of the Kentucky Derby. What do you think?
No wonder everybody gets hammered at the Kentucky Derby.
It's very light. And when you're bringing it's not. I think it's light.
I could drink a ton of these.
Yeah.
The mint
this is crushable, as Lee likes to say. But what's nice is when you bring the glass up to your nose and that sprig of mint, and you get that whiff of mint as you take a sip, and it just, I don't know if that helps not make it feel as.
Yeah.
When you get the mint stuck up your nose,
it is that is part of the experience, putting mint up your nose.
Some mints are this mint sprig is really tall.
This mint sprig came right out of our herb garden.
Nice.
We keep it separated from the dog, so you don't have to worry about extra watering.
Gee, thank you.
Hey, I care about you.
But you washed it before you brought it in too.
I think I did. I don't remember, but I think I did. I'm kidding. I washed the mint. Come on, guys. Come on.
And we're using fresh backyard mint.
Fresh backyard mint. And
is this like a spearmint or regular mint?
It is a spearmint.
Okay.
Spearmint.
Yeah. Is there different mint?
Yeah, there is.
Peppermint is a real thing. Spearmint.
Sweet mint. Is there barbecue mint?
What?
They have lavender mint. They've got lots of different flavor.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I did not know that. That's very interesting. And by the way, thank you for the information.
And this stuff grows really, really well. If you get it started, you almost have to pull it out of the ground. Right? Yes.
There are that many?
Yeah. This is.
Sorry, Bill is just showing us a picture of all the different kind of mints.
If you put it in,
I just thought mint was mint.
If you put it in a pot with multiple different things, it will take over, and it will run, and it will just grow wild in your yard.
So is there a particular mint? I mean, is this mint better than any other kind of mint or mint julep, or does it matter?
Spearmint is kind of the tradition. Okay. I think you play around if you like the mint julep. I mean, I will say this is I only drink this one time a year, and that is Kentucky Derby season. It's not the kind of thing I'm going to go for all the time. I mean, just not my favorite, but
I like it a lot.
This time,
I think it's good.
It's actually my first one.
It's super springy.
I think this is my second one, and the last time I had one was when I went to Derby Party like 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. If you go to a Derby Party, these will be served.
We do have we grow mint in our yard also, and Carrie uses it in her. She puts it in her tea.
Ah, that would be good.
Or in her water. Yes. She'll go out and put mint in her water or tea. Or
yeah, mint has a lot of utility.
Does she express the mint by slapping it on her arm?
I'll have to talk to her about that. I don't know.
I don't know. Just got to make sure we get the right flavor.
It's so good. And by the way, so the bourbon here, just in the spirit of tradition, is Woodford Reserve.
Yes.
Lee was kind enough to pick me up an official Kentucky Derby version of the bottle. And so again, it's a little lower proof. Typically, we've talked about with cocktails, you'd like to go higher proof. Woodford is 90, I think.
That's correct. It's 90 proof.
But again, I wanted to be traditional. So
Woodford is the bourbon of the Kentucky Derby.
That's right.
We're doing it the right. Naming rights, and they do that. I think I even heard somewhere that they've got a $5,000 mint julep that they're going to serve.
That's ridiculous. That is nuts.
But I mean, it comes with a engraved glass.
Of course.
Engraved. Is it silver? Is that what it is that you serve these in? Yeah.
And I'm sure that Mattress Mac dude who always places the big giant cash bet the day of the race will probably have one of those expensive.
I appreciate
there are a bunch of them that'll have it.
Well, and I appreciate the fact that you put your prior Woodford Reserve Kentucky Derby bottles on the table.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to set the mood.
Bottle tops, and you're just setting the mood for us today. So thank you very much.
We are not saturated. I just want to.
No, we're really not. It's just I don't know. So this drink goes way back. This is one of the older drinks, long before the Kentucky Derby. U.S. Senator Henry Clay of Kentucky is credited with introducing the mint julep to the Washington D.C. area at the Willard Hotel in 1850. That's how. And again, this goes much further back than that.
The Willett Hotel?
Willard.
Okay.
And check this out. I've read this in two different places, so it's two sources, so it's got to be true, right? An estimated 120,000 mint juleps will be sold at the Kentucky Derby this year.
Was that on Wikipedia?
It was, but I've verified it on two other articles as well.
Okay.
But this is light enough. I mean, this would be a good summer cocktail too, though. Just with the mint, and it would be nice to
out on the veranda enjoying your mint julep
at the country club.
I will tell you. I mean, if it's
daddy said this was the best cocktail that we have ever had.
Wilson, that was Wilson. That was not me.
Wow.
Thank you. Thurston, please.
Thurston Howell, okay.
Would you get me another mint julep?
I thought it was just a 3-hour tour.
Not when you have these, son. Not when you have these.
Please don't shake that glass. So what I thought would, again, get in my house growing up, the Kentucky Derby was as much a rite of passage of spring as the Masters. It really was. My father loved horse racing growing up. And so I thought, again, this is the time of year to honor spring. This is the time of year to just enjoy being together. Again, we've talked a lot about the shifting weather and what it means for us. I think this is one that I appreciated you guys letting me bring in. And I thought if we can, we always kind of bring in a topic. Can we talk a little bit about the Kentucky Derby?
Well, sure. Let's go.
So quick backstory. And again, I guess why this is a big deal to me. We've talked about traditions and what we pick up from our parents. For some reason, my dad was a horse racing junkie. He loved it. When he and my mother married, he chose Hot Springs, Arkansas for their honeymoon specifically so he could go to the tracks. Now, I think Dad was an analytical mind. He could figure things out and loved to get the racing program and just break it down. And I think that's part of what he loves about it. He could figure out what horses are better on grass versus dirt. He could figure out what horses were better for longer races versus shorter races, and whether this jockey or that jockey. He put these statistics together in his mind, and he was a pretty good bettor. There were two different tracks growing up in New Orleans, believe it or not. The Fairgrounds, which is now where they do Jazz Fest, and then another track called Jefferson Downs. And so more than one occasion, we would, on Sundays, go to the tracks and just watch the pageantry. And this was, again, just the New Orleans version of this. The Kentucky Derby is the big one. This is the Run for the Roses, right? It's the greatest 2 minutes in sports. The Twin Spires, all of that. I don't know. Have any of you been to Churchill Downs for done a little tour or anything?
I have not.
So let me put in a plug for both you guys and any of our listeners.
If I have, I don't remember.
You would remember. But
I think I may have been through there as a child.
It's amazing. So if you're going to bourbon country to the trail and to visit different distilleries, take a couple hours, set up a tour of the Kentucky Derby Museum and Churchill Downs. That's all in the same place. It's incredible. It really is. You get to walk right out to the rail at the tracks. You get to walk around the paddock. They've got the Kentucky Derby Museum where several former champions are buried. Horses, not jockeys. It's just a cool experience. It is.
Where do they bury the jockeys?
Probably where their hometowns were.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
That would be my guess.
That makes sense. Just
As far as I know, there are no jockeys buried on the grounds at Churchill Down.
yeah, in the back house.
In the back house. So, here, quick trivia. We know that Kentucky Derby is the first of the Triple Crown. Who can tell me the other two races that comprise the Triple Crown?
The Preakness, or is that one?
Yep.
Belmont.
Yes,
Belmont
bing.
Stakes.
And in that order. So the Preakness takes place 2 weeks after the Kentucky Derby at Pimlico Racecourse in Baltimore, Maryland. And then Belmont Stakes takes place at Belmont Park, which is in Elmont, New York, 3 weeks after the Preakness.
Now, is Secretariat won the Triple Crown? Is that right?
Secretariat was one of the best known horses.
How many other horses have won the Triple Crown?
We're going to have to look that up. There haven't been a lot. Secretariat, Seattle Slew, Justify was the most recent. That was in 2018.
Okay.
The last Triple Crown winner we had was in 2018. So
13? We've had 13
total.
That's
total.
And how
many
long has the
years?
race been running?
The Kentucky Derby is America's longest continuous running sporting event going back to 1875.
So it's been a couple of years.
It's been a few years. This is tradition.
So that's not that many considering how many.
No, that's pretty. It's pretty
rare.
impressive that you can do 13 on only 13 out of
Yeah.
200 and.
I'm letting the stat guy cook.
Well,
Anyway,
I need to get my calculator out.
it's rare and special.
But I think for me, I remember watching it
100 and something.
more as a younger kid because we only had 3 channels. And so like on Saturday, if you wanted to watch sports,
Wrestling?
that was wrestling and then the Kentucky Derby, right? Because there was, you just didn't have that many options. So if you wanted to watch something, cable was, prior to cable, you only had to, that's what was on Saturday.
Yeah.
Sorry, so 106 years, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm glad you got there. Yeah,
We appreciate that.
I can see the I see the smoke coming out of your ears.
Math doesn't work well.
You're a banker.
Well, I can't. I had to think about it for a second. I was doing math in my head. That was dangerous.
We'll get you a notepad next time.
Yeah, I got to use my calculator.
But Wilson, you're right. People have derby parties. This is it's must see TV. Even if you're not really a horse racing fan, it's just there's so much pageantry. There's every celebrity in the world is there. In racing, they have celebrity guests come in and say, "Gentlemen, start your engine." In horse racing, they bring in a celebrity guest to say, "Riders up." That's the call to tell the jockeys to get up on the horses and start. And Martha Stewart, one of our favorites, did that, I think, last year or the year before.
She's one of our favorites.
With Snoop Dogg, right?
Snoop Dogg was not involved in that one.
Well, they were at the Olympics together.
The Olympics, yes, for the equestrian.
They're buddies.
Well, so how does that compare to dog racing? Because West Memphis had the dog.
That's a great question.
So if you don't have much experience with horses, here in Memphis, we did have the Southland Greyhound Park for years and years just across the river.
And the famous words are, "Here comes Rusty."
Yeah.
Which Rusty is the rabbit.
Yes.
That
Anyway,
the dogs
I'm
would
sure the
chase.
atmosphere is just a touch different. I've never been to a horse race, but I have been over to
You usually
Southland Park, and it was a little rough over there.
Well, didn't you usually bet on the dog that lightened themselves up, lightened themselves before they got ready to race?
That would have been my technique.
Yeah.
But I had no idea. I think I lost $4, and that was about it.
That was the extent of your dog racing.
But then you hear horror stories of. Anyway, let's go back to horse racing. That's much more fun.
It's at the end of the day, it is about wagering, and that's what makes it so popular. But it has become so much more than just the betting component of it. Again, I mentioned earlier,
It's a social event.
It is entirely social.
It's the socialite highlight. All the hats and everything else, the pageantry, they go on and on. I feel bad for the commentators because they're like having to make some of the stuff like, "Oh, look at her hat. Oh, it's and there's another famous person. There's another famous
Is that
person.
Ryan Reynolds drinking Pappy Van Winkle? Yeah.
Yeah. There's the Van Winkles.
So how does it compare to the Grove when you mention pop and circumstance?
It's different.
I think it's very different. This is you dress up big time for this. Again, this is you're going to see some amazing hats and outfits and again, I mentioned the Mattress Mac dude. He's out of control, but he always comes in with this bizarre sport coat with dollar signs on it sometimes, and literally he wheels in a wheelbarrow full of cash to place his bet, and he puts enough money down that it shifts the odds before the race. When this guy bets, it can shift the odds on the horses.
That's crazy.
Favored. Yeah. So some people are really into it. So have you ever wagered on horses?
No.
So there's a couple of different ways to play the game. Again, my father literally broke down every race, every horse, and he got pretty good at it. So the obvious bet, the most popular bet, is to win. I pick Secretariat to win, and if your horse wins, you get the payout, whatever the odds were. You can also bet on your horse to place. That's kind of the wimpy bet. Placing means I want Secretariat to place either first, second, or third. If they are in the top three, you get a payout, and it doesn't matter if he wins. You don't get any more money. There's also something called the exacta. The exacta means you're picking the first two horses in order to win. So again, a little riskier, a little harder, but that's an exacta.
That's brave right there.
But don't you do all the bets? That way you kind of hedge.
I mean, you can. It's all in your strategy.
Yeah.
There's also the trifecta, which is similar to the exacta. You're picking the top three horses in order. So again, your odds go way down in getting it right. But if it hits, you're going to get a payout.
Your payout's pretty good then, I would imagine.
Okay.
And there's prop bets. There's all kinds of different ways you can bet. But
wow.
But it is tons of money gets poured in and probably lost at the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, fortunes have been won and lost in horse racing.
Yes.
I guess my only real experience with horse racing takes me back to the Neshoba County Fair.
Let's talk about it.
Where is that?
Neshoba County, down in Mississippi.
Wow, I would have never guessed that.
So,
were you looking for something different?
Where is Neshoba County?
That would be in
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia is in Neshoba County.
Nice recall there, Eric.
But it is
Tom
on
Hanks
the
movie.
east side of the state from Jackson, and not far from Meridian and such. If I'm
that seems right.
My geography is right. So anyway, my experience was I was very small. Neshoba County Fair is when it used to be, and it still is.
County Fair,
Neshoba County Fair.
Let's go back to the right place.
Neshoba County Fair is a place where people would come and gather. There's cabins. You can have cabins there. We went down. It seems like a few weeks of good times and parties. And in the old days, before social media, that's where a lot of political people would come to
pass out their handbills,
pass out their bills, and
campaign
and stump and talk, and that's actually where I met John Glenn.
Really?
Yeah,
the astronaut.
Yeah, the astronaut.
Very cool.
Yeah. So
6 degrees of separation.
He was running for he was running for president. As I was doing that. But the big experience that I had while I was there regarding horse racing was they would do horse racing, and they had the carriages behind them, I think, most of the time. But I was 8 years old or less.
So you were driving, but you weren't.
No,
kidding.
No, I wasn't. But we were down there with a bunch of different families.
That was the next week.
Having a great time. And I happened to have I'm an independent spirit. I tend to navigate my own way, right? And so I got separated from my family.
You got to keep them separated.
Yeah. So I was separated. I don't know, 5, 6, 8. I don't know, something.
And this is a huge crowd. This is not a
huge crowd. Huge crowd. So I make my way around thinking that I'm doing what I want to do. And all of a sudden I go, holy cow, I'm lost.
Oh boy, that's the worst. One of the worst places you can get lost,
especially when you're 6 or 8.
Yeah. So, but you know what? Didn't get upset. I guess, I don't know whether maybe I was taught, Mom, Dad, thanks for teaching me or whatever. I did. I found a policeman and sat up on his car. He got me a corn dog and some cotton candy. Maybe a funnel cake. I was hitting it big.
Were you crying? Were you panicking?
No, I was fine. I was in heaven, and having all the things that you would have at a fair. And then all of a sudden, I hear over the intercom, they say, "Would the parents of Lee Still please come to concession stand 7 or whatever?"
And you're like, "Yes, I'm famous."
And so, so the next thing I know, this was just one of the times I got lost. But anyway, It was great.
Yeah.
Just once.
So that's your horse racing experience.
That was my horse racing experience. Was at the Neshoba County Fair, and I remember seeing the horses run, and I thought that was fun. But it was a time of celebration and fun and being with people and the memories that you make by hanging out. So.
I tell you, the sounds and the sights of those thoroughbreds when those gates blow open, they're powerful, they're fast, and they want to run. They want to run. And it is so impressive to see them coming down the stretch and around the corner.
They're powerful.
They're powerful. So a couple other quick thoughts before we wrap up. Just if you're interested in this year's event, one of the things that people love about horse racing is the clever names that the owners give them. So there are 3 in the Kentucky Derby this year in the 2015 or the 2025 variety here that I will point out. One is called Journalism. That's his name. As a journalism major, I'll be watching him close. He's actually got decent odds right now. One is called Chunk of Gold. I just like that name, Chunk of Gold. And
that's interesting for a small fellow like you.
What?
To be interested in a chunk.
I don't know what to make of that.
I mean,
Okay.
Come on, you know.
And then here's one that I think
I've just been chunky most of my life. That's the reason I say that.
Totally fair. That's why I like you. And by the way, I'm not offering wagering advice. I'm just offering names that I like.
Okay.
This one I think we can all watch closely. Sandman. There's a horse called Sandman. It's got to be, right? Surely to goodness if this horse wins.
All right, so let me ask you a question real quick before we get off here.
We're going to talk furlongs.
You have to qualify for the Kentucky Derby, or how do you get in?
Absolutely. So there's a point system. And
they don't just let anybody in.
So these horses...
Well, I didn't know if there was a fee.
No. Yeah, you've got to be a winner. These are all thoroughbred 3-year-old champions.
So they've had to win a certain number of races or whatever to get into the...
So in each race has, again, points. I mentioned there used to be 2 tracks in New Orleans, for example. And so you could earn points if you won those races. Ruidoso, New Mexico, Hot Springs, Arkansas. This is the circuit. There's a great track in Lexington, Kentucky, Keeneland, I think.
Yeah.
Beautiful track. So throughout the year, they've been racing up to this point and picking up points. And the top 20, this is a big field. Top 20 come to the Kentucky Derby.
Okay, so you're legit. I mean, these
are great. And the field is not set. To be clear, there may be an injury that happens tomorrow that has a horse that's qualified bumps out. And so the next one in slots in.
It's like NASCAR.
So, but these are the best of the best. So again, we're talking 3-year-old thoroughbreds at the peak of their game. This is also a long race. This is one of the longer races. It's certainly
a long track, right? It's a mile long.
It's a mile.
10 furlongs. Yep. So it's actually 1.25 miles. It's on dirt.
What's a furlong?
A furlong is 660 feet, or 220 yards.
It's kind of like a country mile.
1/8 of a mile is a furlong.
I like that.
And I don't know the history of how and why.
No, I think that's fantastic. Thank you for that education.
I appreciate that. Yeah, because how long is a country mile?
I don't know, but that was journalism 101.
There you go. All right.
Bet on journalism. So a couple other quick points. I'll close with this. So I mentioned if you go to the Kentucky Derby Museum, and I really encourage you, it's an amazing experience. You get to see the twin spires, you get to see the luxury suites, etc. But they don't bury the entire horse. So they've got former champions buried there. What? This is kind of fascinating. They bury their head, their heart, and their hooves. That's all they bury.
The rest goes to the glue factory. Right?
Stop it! Stop it!
Oh my gosh!
This is not helping, Wilson.
This doesn't seem right.
So why
does PETA let this happen?
Well, trust me, they're not happy about this process. But
the head's in The Godfather.
The reason they bury their head, heart, and hooves is to honor their intelligence, their courage, and their speed.
I like that, though. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's quite cool.
The feet of the speed, the hooves of the speed.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because that's how they
heart is the courage, head is the intelligence.
I get it. The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. Bingo. So, listen, enjoy the Kentucky Derby this year. Enjoy these mint juleps.
These are really good.
I might make another.
Thank you, kind sir.
I will have this again. I'll have this again. Thank you.
Spring is here, guys.
Hey, you might be our cocktail man now.
No. We're
after
rotating.
the Sazerac and this.
We're rotating.
Pretty good.
We're rotating. I appreciate it.
Pretty good.
All right. Keep tuning in to us. Keep emailing us. Keep telling us what you like. Do you have a horse racing memory, or have you been to Churchill Downs? Have you won big on a bet? Do you maybe part owner in a horse? There's a lot of people who have part ownership in horses. I'd love to hear from you. Send us an email at 3assortedcrackers@gmail.com. Let us hear from you, and follow us on Assorted Crackers at 3 Assorted Crackers on Instagram.
We'd love to interact with you guys.
Thank you for joining. Thanks for tuning in. Please don't be afraid to try new flavors.
And please don't ever go stale. Because that seemed a little wet. A bubbly goo, as we used to call them.
Yeah.
Did you? I don't like that at all.